okay, goodbye. Um, no. Why did I do that? Hey ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in. This is Evans, you've tuned in to Abundant Relationships, and in this video I want to talk about 10 things. 10 things a guy can do on a first date and actually increase the interest of the girl he's either talking to or he's going out with. The first thing starts before you even go to meet this girl for this date, and this is actually taking time, taking that little bit of 10, 20, 30 minutes to get ready, to dress well, to brush your teeth, to put on some deodorant, or if you're more comfortable with a nice smelling, not overpowering cologne, just go ahead and wear that. This just means that you actually care about the person you're going out with. You actually take time to dress well, to present yourself in an acceptable manner. Not just going out straight from work in your bougie ass clothes and just showing up with your stanky ass breath. Because at the end of the day, at the end of that date, you expect that you have gotten to know this person to a point where you might kiss her. So you do not want to be doing that with a stanky ass breath. I should not have to say that. And on to number 2, it's shivery, 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 people. Do I say that right? Shivery. Yeah. So whatever it is. So yeah, when you're going out on a date with a woman, especially when you're going to pick her up, open the car door for her, pull out the seat if you're going to a restaurant, a coffee shop, or whatever the case might be, and just be a gentleman. It doesn't really mean much to us guys, but to women, those little things that show a sense of caring coming from you, it turns them on a little bit. Don't hold back from being that gentleman that you feel sometimes might make you look so soft, or it might make you look way too interested in her than you should be. Just be the man that you feel like being. Open the car door for her, pull out the seat, compliment her if she's wearing something nice, because most likely she took time to put on that makeup, to pick up the clothes, to pick up the shoes. So acknowledge that and show her that you actually do see that and you appreciate that. And number 3, you should always look a girl straight in the eyes when you're having a conversation, when you're talking to her, or when you're actually listening to what she's saying. That just shows her that you're actually interested, that you're actually paying attention. It shows confidence. It shows that this particular person she's on a date with is actually interested in her and not just looking around at other chicks that are, let's say, sitting on the other table. So always have that self-confidence of being able to look a girl right in the eyes and say that I'm all here, I'm all present, and this will actually turn her on even more. And sometimes a girl might get a little bit shy, she might start blushing or something like that, but that just means that you're actually doing the right thing when a girl blushes. So always look a girl in the eyes. It shows that you're confident, it shows that you're paying attention, and it shows that you're actually interested in what she has to say, or what she's talking about, or the things that you two are sharing at that particular moment. And number 4 is that there are some subtle things as a man you can do while you're on a date with a woman that will make her feel safe, that will make her feel secure when she's with you. And this could be something like making sure that she's walking on the inside of the street and you being on the outside. It's something silly. She might not even be in danger of, let's say, getting hit by a car, but it gives her that sense of security, that sense of safety. And that is something that you want to do to a woman. It's something that will turn on a woman to feel that she can feel safe, she can let go, and she can be feminine around you. And that is exactly what you want a woman to feel when you're on a date with her. And the 5th thing you can do as a man while you're on a date to make yourself look more attractive is actually being kind to the people around you. Could be just people who are sitting on the other table, even the people who are waiting on you, the waitresses and the people who are serving you. Just be nice to them. You can even ask them how they're doing, how their day is going, and you can chit chat with them a little bit while they're taking your orders. And when you're done on a date, let's say you're ready to walk out and you're ready to pay your bill, just make sure that you tip well. There's nothing worse than a man who tips $2 or $3 on a $100 meal. Make sure that you tip well, because this shows that you actually appreciate the little things, the service that other people do for you. And again, she will notice that and it will make you look more attractive to her. So don't forget to do that when you're on a date. And number 6, actually this should have come in a little bit earlier, is taking the time to plan what you're going to do. So this could be, let's say, you two going out on a coffee date, or it could be dinner. Just make sure that you have something planned so that if you get out of the house, you go pick her up, you actually know where you're going. Most women don't like having to make these type of decisions while going on a date. And if she's forced to do that, it might actually turn her off. So always make sure that you have something planned, or an event or an activity that you guys are going to do when you go pick her up. And number 7 is be that type of guy that actually sits there and asks her questions with an intention of getting to know who she really is and what she values. Because at the end of the day, that is what is going to keep that conversation flowing. And if you don't know this, you should grasp this by now, is that most of us, most people, this does not just apply to women, it actually applies to men as well. We love talking about ourselves. And when somebody gives us a platform and attention to express what we love, what we feel like, things we're passionate about, or who we are as human beings, it makes us feel good. It makes us like that person. It makes us feel even more connected to these people. So always be that guy that goes out there and asks questions, sits back and listens, because that is something that most men do not know how to do. Most men will go out there and will try to give her all this information about how awesome we are, when all you have to do is just to sit back, ask questions, get to know her, and actually pay attention and listen. Number 8, we're almost at the end of this one, is don't be that type of guy that agrees with everything she says on a date. So let's say if she has a certain type of view about something, you do not have to agree. Sometimes you can actually point out your perspective that might be a little bit or way more different than what she actually has, and this will actually bring out an intellectual, will stimulate an intellectual connection between the two of you. And sometimes we're turning to people who actually make us question and think a little bit more different. So don't be that yes, I agree with you kind of guy. And number 9 is go on these dates, just be playful, get to know this particular person. Have that light banter that goes on while you're on a date. And something that I need to tell you guys is, if you do not know how to actually throw in a little bit of banter in between, let's say when you're having conversations, is don't do it. Because we have some guys who actually do it and it sucks. Other guys who actually overdo it and they actually look like assholes. It feels like you're trying to put this particular girl down, and that actually ends up turning her off. So if you don't know how to balance that little bit of banter and jokes and just making fun and having a good time, don't do it. But if you know how to balance that, go ahead and do it, because that's going to make that conversation, that interaction that you two are having, a little bit more interesting. Number 10, and the last thing on my list of the things you can do to make yourself look more attractive while you're on a date, is always go for the kiss when the opportunity happens to be there. If you see the opportunity, it might be in the middle of, like, after you've just had dinner or you're still having a drink, and the opportunity presents itself, just go ahead and do it. Women love men that actually go for what they want. Just go ahead and go for that kiss, because you do not want to be that type of guy that goes home after a date and you haven't kissed the girl that you actually took out. That's all I have for you guys in today's video. And if you like the content that I'm putting out there, if you find this information being valuable to you, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment, share this video. I'll very much appreciate that. And until next time, love you guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye bye.